Hey guys, I'm Amadeo78 from Broken Continuity, and this is Because Comics. When you can't explain it any other way, just say Because Comics. Today, I'd like to talk about the crappy life of Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle, whose true name is Scott Free, is the son of Highfather, ruler of New Genesis. In order to stop a war with Darkseid that had been going on for eons, Highfather decided to trade sons with Darkseid. That means that Darkseid's son Orion got to live on lovely New Genesis, while Scott Free got to live on Apokolips, which sucks. Initially, the two boys had no idea of their true parentage. While Orion had to fight against his warrior instincts in the lovely and peaceful New Genesis, he did become a fierce warrior on their behalf. Scott Free, however, Scott was put into a kind of advanced training, meaning that Darkseid really wanted the war. So he basically put Scott in the worst and most horrible and grueling training conditions that he could come up with. Scott's nature, however, clashed with life on Apokolips. Scott's training was overseen by Granny Goodness, who was also a horrible person, and is the one responsible for the creation of the female Furies. Eventually, he was taken in by a rebel leader. This was the only person who Darkseid hadn't managed to capture, and he basically loved to create trouble. He helped nurture and push Scott along forward. During this time, he also met Big Barda, who was the leader of the female Furies. Eventually, Scott escaped to Earth and was able to marry Big Barda, and he also became a protege to a famous escape artist. Because Scott escaped, the deal was broken, and Darkseid got to wage war on New Genesis once more, which is all he wanted in the first place. After his mentor Thaddeus Brown's murder, Scott Free took on the mantle of Mr. Miracle, whose outfit resembles a Christmas present. He became a member of Justice League International, which meant that he had to deal with Guy Gardner all the time. Scott and Barda had a good thing, but being a warrior woman meant that she definitely ran the household. At one point, a villain named Sleaze, with the ability to corrupt people, who was kicked out of Apokolips for being too depraved, got a hold of Barda and made her make several questionable tapes. This was before the Kardashians, so it did not help her career at all. Sleaze tried to produce one with Barda and Superman, but Superman was able to resist. Scott also gained possession of the anti-life equation, which is the only thing that Darkseid wants. Big Barda ends up murdered, and Scott basically throws away a bunch of his principles trying to find out who did it, including resurrecting a whole bunch of dead bodies. He suspected Orion might be guilty, so he allowed the anti-life equation to take him over and tried to kill Orion, only to find out that he was wrong. When he finally finds Barda's killer, it turns out to be Infinity Man, someone who he always held in high regard. And when he tries to use the anti-life equation against him, Infinity Man reveals that yes, that was the plan all along. Looking back on all he's done, Scott Free just can't deal with it and allows himself to be killed. What a crappy way to go. If anyone asks you why Mr. Miracle had to go through all of this, just tell them, Because Comics. Anyway, I'm Amadeo78 from Broken Continuity. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.